Okay, Dana, so your question was that you were having trouble getting this p-value using StatCrunch. So again, the easiest way to probably get the p-value is to use StatCrunch. If you really want me to go through how they find those z-scores and things, I can certainly do that, so just email me back if you want that as well. What you're going to do here, okay, I like to actually just click right here. It gets you the data table, right? And I'm going to be honest, they didn't actually tell us the sample size here. So if we want to take a look at what the sample size is, the easiest way is to count this. So you could count using this, or you could go to the full data set here. So if I click full data set and I say open in StatCrunch, an easy way to see how many we have is to just kind of take a look here. So I have 30 entries in both the first column and the second column. So now, because my sample size is 30, I can say that this is normal, and I can use the z-test instead of the t-test. So how we're going to do our z-test is we're going to go to stat, we're going to go to z-stats, and we're going to click to sample with the data. Actually, you can use the data here or the summary. They gave you the summary over here where you have the first mean, the sample size, the first sample's mean and standard deviation, and the second sample's mean and standard deviation. But really, because you have the two columns here already, you can just use the data itself. So you're going to click z-stats, to sample with data. So now to do that, you're going to say, okay, for sample 1, I want to use League A Park, so that's my first one. And then sample 2, I'm going to use League B. And then the only thing I have to adjust for my hypothesis test here is what direction my symbol's going in. So if you look over here, you had chosen the correct symbol, that it's supposed to be greater than. So we're going to use our greater than symbol. Now I know that this is worded a little bit differently here. This is saying mu1 minus mu2 is 0. We can see that that's really the same thing over here. If mu sub A equals mu sub B, then their difference would be 0. And mu1 minus mu2 being greater than 0, well, that would also be true if mu sub A would be bigger than mu sub B, if I were to subtract mu sub B from both sides. And now all I have to do is click compute. So as you can see here, now it's giving me my correct p-value. It also gets your z-statistic if you need it. And I can also show you, by hand, not really by hand, but how to also use StatCrunch to just calculate that z-statistic if you'd like. So if you want an explanation on where the z-stat comes from, just email me back, and I would be happy to do that for you. So I hope that helps.